It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back. We got another video suggested by one of you guys in the Discord community, so shout out to Spy UA for suggesting this forum post. And I thought it was pretty hilarious. We're just looking at the title, it says, "Yup, keep nerfing solo survivors like me." And honestly, just seeing that alone, I already knew it was going to be like just a bunch of survivor main crybaby nonsensical statements and stuff like that. And I'm just ready to read it, man. It's interesting. So let's go ahead. It says, "Thanks for the upcoming nerf to Sprint Burst and Vigil nerf perks." Wait, what? Okay, so Sprint Burst Vigil nerfs perks? The fuck? I'm gonna have, oh man. Okay, I have to edit that out because it's not a minute yet. That I have to use just to have a chance at escaping through the gates as a solo survivor to grind out those trashy milestone and weekly escape challenges. So number one, skill issue, ultimately, right? That's everything, that's what everybody says. But it's true, right? If my entire statement that I've always had with this game is if you can only use like a broken setup, like a broken perk combination, a broken this, a broken that. I've even said this about fog vials. If it has to be broken for you to use, then that already says a lot about you as a player, and that says a lot about the balance of what you're using. And it should be nerfed because you don't deserve to just get freebies because you're abusing something broken. That you're not entitled to win off of the back of broken balance. What you need to win off of is the back of yourself by you actually improving at the thing that you supposedly want to play and love and all of this type of thing. So that's already step one. And I say this for both sides. If by some miracle something overpowered ends up on killer and that gets nerfed and the killer players start crying, which I find that is like in a bizarro world where they actually care about killers, but regardless, I would say the same thing. I'm like, we should not be sitting here crutching on the most overpowered, unbalanced things in the game. Unfortunately, we don't actually have those things in this game, and it tends to lean towards the side of the survivor where they have every opportunity to win and then they still lose and then cry and complain more, which I find really hilarious considering that's why everyone says the survivor sided, because you have every opportunity to win, and people who do know how to do that are not bitching about it, they're just abusing it and keeping it going. But that's besides the point. So then it continues, it says, "Did you forget that there are fast and strong anti-loot killers and who don't even care about a survivor sprint burst?" Once again, that's a skill issue. Like if you're just spamming your sprint burst just because you want to get further away from somebody, that's already, you're not using it correctly. So that's already once again a skill issue. And the second part of the part that I needed to talk about as well is the fact that you're crying about solo queue, but as I've always said in the past, that is a deliberate choice you're making to be a solo queue player. Like, you can team up with other people. The game already incentivizes you to do that because their matchmaking isn't the greatest, so you're gonna get people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Or in this case, this is the bozo that doesn't know what they're doing in the match and getting insta-down for free. So, like I've said, and I've had a survivor main come in the comment section and cry about it and say, "Oh, but you say you don't like Swift." I may not like it. That doesn't stop you from picking that choice, right? Like, you can still use broken things. As much as I can advocate for the mere fact that that is a broken mechanic or a broken thing in the game that destroys the whole balance, it's still available to you. So, like, regardless of what I think about it, you can still choose to do that, and people still choose to do that every other day. Like, it's not like it matters what I think about it at the end of the day. Like, they still choose to do those things. That's how it goes. So it's a non-point, but regardless, they say, "Plus, I need it when a killer sneaks up on me." So that means you have no awareness and no hearing, apparently. Crank up your headphones, pal. You know what I mean? Now, if you obviously have some kind of like, what do you call it? I forgot what you call it, accessibility type of issue. There are some settings for that. Like, there is the option to do that. Plus, you should be looking around You should be looking around, because like you like sneaks up on me. Like, where's your camera pointed at? And they're sneaking up on you. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Like even if you can't hear them, you can still see them. Which, mind you, for those people that can and do have headphones on and can hear them, you literally have multiple characters that have sound effects when they're stealth. Myers has a super loud breathing. Ghostface has like that flapping fabric in the wind kind of thing. I hate it, but it's a thing. Also, who else is like stealth? Chucky has a giggle that's directional when he's also in stealth. So every character that does have stealth has a counter to that with audio. Springtrap even has a loud stomp that they've increased the audio for way past its base level because of the crying that survivors already had. So like that once again, that's a you problem. That's not the game's fault that you can't see or hear anything. Like within the game, when you easily can turn your freaking camera around and crank up your volume if you can't hear it. To be fair, right? And that's for people that are able-bodied, of course. They say, since they don't have a lullaby to warn me and there's no voice chat between survivors to call it out, which, mind you, that's a deliberate choice that you're making, by the way. You can team up with people. You're just choosing not to and then using that as a talking point. It's like, no, you can choose to team up with others. You don't have to subject yourself to an unfun experience. Like, that's not... Like, that's a you issue. That's not the game's fault. And they say, oh, when you reduce the endurance effect after unhook, that's just pathetic. Well, when you stop nerfing survivors, but yet there were no nerfs to any survivors ever, so I don't know what you're talking about. Mind you, they're not providing any examples about these nerfs to survivor. Like, there isn't any that were prior to this that can be used. They say, aren't the long killer queues proof enough? No. I think they're always been long. I'm pretty sure. Like, which, mind you, this is pretty stupid because the reason that the killer queue would be long at the current right now is because of the fact that Jason is a killer and they didn't release a new survivor. So I don't like duh, like they're gonna all be playing Jason. He's literally Jason, like duh. Like this happens every time a character releases. I don't know like what the hell is these people, man. Very dumb. They say it's laughable watching your streams with the microphones barely even work and reading your useless updates that only ever nerf survivors get. Oh, the baby's mad. Okay, he says, I really hope survivors stop playing these one-sided games so killer queues increase even further. Yeah, he's just throwing a tantrum, like, because he can't get his free wins. So this person says, I was gonna try and reason through why Sprint Burst and Vigil were unhealthy for the game being as strong as they were and how the boosted endurance created no-win situations for killers who aren't even tunneling, but I don't think there's anything anyone could say that could change your mind. I suggest maybe you stop playing for a bit to get some perspective, or maybe try playing some killer, see how those perks, how these perks can make it really difficult for weaker killers to do anything at all. But again, I don't think he came here for advice or to advocate for an actual solution to shake up the incredibly stale meta that we had for more than a year now, which, slight correction, technically 10 years now, because the meta has basically been the fucking same. Like, just spam speed and that's about it for Survivor. And then just rush gen. That's pretty much it. I'd argue it's been stale for like at least 6 years or so. But that's, opinion. This person says Sprint Burst needed a nerf. It was by far one of the best perks in the game and by far the best exhaustion perk in the game. And with Vigil, it just became free distance every 24 seconds of walking. If the meta was ever going to change and the top perks needed a bit of a nerf, the issue is that the buffs for other perks that needed more to get more viable options / replacements. The ones that they've gone over so far have been pretty much nothing burgers, and still no one will run something like Apocalyptic Ingenuity, which is the issue. Let's just hope the perk updates in like 4 months will be more meaningful, which is okay. The solo queue experience, of which I am part, is a separate issue that needs to be addressed by giving things to solo queue survivors that people in groups have, making it easier to see teammates' perks, and have a post on how to change the UI for that. Some people have suggested something akin to a basic kindred, at least to see your teammates, etc. Now, mind you, I've already talked about trying to improve solo queue in the past already. That's already on the channel, so I don't need to get into the nitty gritty of each and everything that we would add. But some people mentioned like stuff like radios, or like having like a little wheel to, like with a text chat or something like that, to, you know, like do some like minor call outs and things like that. You know, because you don't want to have people typing in stuff, because you already, obviously, it's a DVD community, they're incredibly disgusting and toxic, so it's like, you know, let's really be so for real. But regardless, this person says, if you can't escape without using these perks, then that explains exactly why they needed to be nerfed. Same applies for killers who can't get kills without using the strongest perks. Everyone complains about a stale meta when everyone is using the same perks in every match, and behavior is finally addressing some of them. Now, I can't say like that killer perks at their strongest are even remotely close to how passive and easy cheesy like the survivor perks that are the strongest are, because if we look at Sprint Burst as it is, you literally just press the run button and speed away like for free. So like, it doesn't get any easier than that, versus like say Pain Res, where I have to get a fresh down and then find the correct hook, which, mind you, to get a fresh down, that's one hit, wipe, run off to somewhere, keep chasing, then get another hit, then down, then have to pick up, and then hope that I'm in the right spot to use the right hook to get the 20%, even though I can't control which gen it goes to, and I can't really do anything else about it. But hey, you know, it's 20%, ooh, and then it gets repaired instantly, and then it's gone. So versus I can use my speed boost at every point of the game without any cooldown or anything like that. I can just keep popping it. It's insane. Regardless, this person says, as a solo, you don't need these perks. In fact, these perks are why we have killers like Ghoul. Exactly. Thank you. I'm glad somebody said it. That's the reason why we have these perks in the game. Like, is they both feed into each other. Because the perks in the game, you get the S tier, but then because the S tier is in the game, you get the speed perk, but then the speed perk is there because of the S tier. So they both go into each other. Like, it's just how it goes. And then they say, why was endurance length off hook be reduced? And they go, well, somebody with some sense says it was being abused, which is true. It's just how it goes. And then of course the Jesus in heaven, bro. Look at this shit. We have the resident survivor main that only lives on the forums has arrived here with nearly amassing over 4,000 posts. One away, by the way, from 4,000 posts. This is the same moron that literally claimed that, oh, I'm not giving behavior my money, but you're sitting on their forums all day and you're playing their games. So like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yo, these people are so dumb, bro. They say the problem is they're only addressing one side of the meta. Sprint Burst, Vigil, and Deliverance are meta. Colorphobia and Thrill are for niche builds. So bro, I guess didn't listen to the fucking stream, but regardless, they say regress, slowdown is untouched. What do you mean regress and slowdown is untouched? It's been nerfed numerous times. Like, what are we talking about? Like, they've adjusted slowdown numerous times. This is factually, you know, proven by the patch notes, but they don't look at it, so they claim it's never been touched, but you don't even read the notes. Like, what are you talking about? Then they say they also didn't nerf anything base kit for killer, only survivor BT. What do you mean base kit for killer? Killers don't have anything base kit. What? Yo, these people make up shit as they go along. They nerf anything base kit for killer. I'm like, what? Base kit what? Like, what do killers have base kit? What? Yo, man. What? Like, they already nerfed, like, they removed the ability to grab people off of hooks. They removed killers being able to pull people out of hatches. They removed like, what? All I'm hearing is remove from the kill from when they go to base kid killer. Yo, I'm crying laughing, brother. What are you talking about? A shakeup is good if it's not just a caving to killer complaints and nerfing survivor. I'm like, that's how it looks. I'm like, this is the same dummy that wants to LARP as a killer main. And then he goes, you mean like how the endless survivor complaints have led to Jason being nerfed only 35 days after he was added to the game? And then bro says, how was Jason nerfed? This guy's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot, bro. Oh, man. Oh, lordy. It's just so good. These people are fucking delusional, bro. Oh, my God. Oh, my. And they're going back and forth, too. They're going back and forth. Bro, and then he's just like trying to nothing burger and make up shit. He's trying to say that the sauna rock was the only major change. What are you talking about? And then this is a good response. He says, if only it's almost as if the survivor changes we might see are actually in response to players abusing the ever-living hell out of them, hence their possible changes. And to commemorate this, they went ahead and nerfed a much add-on to combat exactly what they claim they might address. I'm so glad they see the biggest talker on the thread has zero idea of what is actually going on. I'm glad somebody said it. And then his only response was, but tunneling, but sucking, but tunneling. I'm like, tunneling. I'm like, that's your only response? Like, brother. And then his only response, because he goes, all I read was I have almost 4K posts and still haven't learned a single thing this entire time. And then his only response was some random response about survivors perks. Like, dog, your ass. Like, you lost. Like, oh man, yo, these people are so stupid, bro. Yo, it's so good, bro. It's so good. It's so good. Woo! It's so good, man. Oh, man. Yo. Like, bro, it's so funny that, like, they like to like, get mad at, like, say, like, myself or whoever, like, talks about the forums or whatever it may be. They like to get mad at me, right? I think the same one, like, that same survivor main with the Wesker PFP, he was one of the main ones that was, I think, had mentioned me on the, like, on the forums at one point. I think I had spotted it or something like that in one of these videos. But yet, bro continues to prove me right in every single post he does, every single response he does, like, everything he does continues to prove my point that these people are fucking morons. Like, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're delusional. They don't know anything about this game. They don't know anything about the killer side. They just continue to, as I have said in the past, huff each other's farts all day, and they just stay in there hotboxing it instead of trying to ventilate the fucking air, get some air freshener, and try to figure out, like, yo, what is going on outside of our little fart bubble? Because that's what it is at the end of the day. That's what they do. They're sitting there in these little bubbles and validating each other's opinions, so they think that it becomes fact because they said it is. And it's like, no, you need evidence to prove these things. Like, you need things that are actually visible that can be applied to the conversation to then allow for a conversation to be had, right? A back and forth to try to compare notes and see where, if people are actually wrong like you think that they are, or are they actually able to prove you wrong. And as it is, they really just kind of failed to do that. I mean, we've even seen the killer LARPers, we've seen like all sorts of walks of life, like trying to disprove what we've been saying. But at the end of the day, it's like when they have their responses, it's all driven by emotion and it doesn't have any evidence to prove those things. Yet when we talk about like stuff as a killer player, we can bring out the patch notes. We can bring out like Nightlight, because mind you, behavior refuses to release any data. So all we have is user submitted at that point, which is the closest thing we have to any actual data, right? Like, we can look at how these changes affect matches. We can look at these things across the board because we have all sorts of different people that are playing at different levels. So we can kind of get ideas as to how those changes apply to different players. And at the end of the day, it's like when you look at these people and they try to disagree with you, it's like you're not proving the point. And sometimes when even those people are speaking to people that are also misguided and don't offer the correct response, because I remember seeing it with another survivor main post that people were trying to tell him, oh, just play killer, like, but it's like, bro, he doesn't play killer. Like, you'll see, you just got to play killer, and it's like, he's not going to know, because if he's not playing any killer, that means that his matches will be low MMR, which means that he won't end up getting any of the same, like, people that you'll see when I'm, say, playing the game, right? Like, and I'm going against these players. Like, it's a night and day difference because of that gap. So we can't use that as a talking point and say, like, oh, just play killer, because that'll, like, you'll see. It's like, that, not necessarily. You're not always going to see that. And that's just unfortunately the case. Like, that, the DBD is a divided community, and it's within the sewer systems of the gaming space. And it's like, at the end of the day, all of them are, everybody's fucking confused. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. And we decide to open the manhole cover so we can actually look inside for a moment. And this is what we do here. This is what this forum space is about, right? We look at it and we laugh, because it's like, these people are dumb. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't provide any evidence. They cry and complain, and they hope that that will allow for free changes for the side that they favor, right? Now, if you enjoyed this video, of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also, consider checking out the other channels with the v.h.s.x channel and the Marvel Rivals channel, because at least that stuff will be a little more creative and a little bit more, you know, positive, I guess you could say, besides the DVD space, because, like, this is just like a cesspool. And you can become a member on this channel to help me to help support me directly. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right, let's go ahead and read off these wonderful members. We got Patreon, Crow Vader. All my YouTube members: Brando, Evil Blade, Cap Courteous, WTF You're Not JLo, Evil Peach, Hargan Falcon, Dole Whip, Noxus, Zero Mocker, Jack, Christian, and Crow Vader. Really appreciate you guys supporting, man. And if you also subbed on Twitch, just know that you got love coming your way too. Appreciate you guys, man.